9,
Number 9.
10, and number 11. The cantimata, I noticed that it's slurred with the note before, but I don't know why that is, why I have to think in my head that those two are slurred if there was no words to it.
Interesting.
So
I don't have an answer for that actually. But you will notice every time you see cantemata here, down here, the corresponding will be legato, as we call it, or the slur. I don't know. But there's an answer to that. Actually, if I think about it, cantemata, or cantemata, anyway, will never sit on a vowel that has an accent. It will be always a prolonged vowel, and I guess that's why you will have a slur there. Like when you'll see words here, this will always be on a vowel that's been before. And that's why I think you'll see the slur here, like tom.
So it's training us to expect that.
Yeah, that's what I think is the answer here.
Great.
Good. Actually, I still have to write you some stuff, because now we're gonna speak about consonant signs. Well, let me open the notes thing. Let's do it here. Good.
That's you.
There are some names that do not change the interval or the place of a note. They are attached to another neume, like a vocal neume, and they show us what kind of accent or emphasis to put on that note. Those are called consonants, consonant neumes. You can write that down. I'm gonna teach them to you today. You see, those neumes that I'm talking about, they have been part of the oral tradition of the church. So that means there wasn't a specific rule, like nailed down, and we have to follow this and this in order to get to the right meaning of this neume. That's an expression. They were taught by voice, by listening. But in time, of course, they had to be defined. They had to have a written meaning. So somebody put that actually down, and they wrote a meaning. But in the same time, I would prefer to use with you the oral tradition as it was used, and teach those ornaments to you by voice, so you can accomplish them with your ear first. It's one thing to read what they do, and another thing to listen what they do. And I'm pretty sure that you get more by listening to the action of that ornament than by reading it. I was trying to read actually what they do. My head exploded. It doesn't really say the thing. I, however, learned them by listening and seeing their action and applying it myself. The first one that comes into my mind is called psiphiston. It kind of looks like a Nike sign. I'll do it one more. Like a V, but with one arm a bit longer than the other. This is called psiphiston. I think I have here the meaning of it, because all those terms, they are coming from the Greek language. Right, etymology from Greek, psiphizo. Psiphizo, to count with pebbles.
To count?
With pebbles. To articulate distinctly. Interesting, eh?
In a ripple.
For Greek-speaking people here, psiphizo, what does that mean?
I don't ever use the word ever.
What?
To vote.
To vote.
Modern Greek.
Count the pebbles.
Maybe
Because-
there's a different one in ancient Greek.
Interesting, yeah. Psiphiston comes from the Greek psiphizo, to count with pebbles. Maybe that's how they used to vote, with pebbles. I think so.
Yeah.
There's something about that.
Well, voting is kind of like, it's kind of like counting. You know?
Yes. To articulate distinctly, meaning a light, crisp articulation, action. So here. The note is sung with a delicate, slightly detached or clearly articulated attack. It adds clarity without changing the melody. Do you know how to do it? I can read it again. The note is sung with a delicate, slightly detached or clearly articulated attack. Well, for me this means nothing. But you know what? You'll understand it after I will show it to you. Let's have this little melodic passage here. Can you sing it with me? Ni right. Back and forth, eh? Ni pa vu pa ni. Now, if I put a psiphiston here, like this. Ni pa vu pa ni. We cannot sing it anymore like ni pa vu pa ni, because I have this little ornament. Listen how you will sing it. Ni pa vu pa ni. Did you hear it? Let me sing it again to you. Ni. So instead of ni pa vu, you sing it. Ni pa vu. You hook the little note above it, like the little gap. Da 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 da. Ni pa vu pa ni. It's a little accent. And the most common way to do it is the one that I said. Just grab the note above the vu a little and pull it to you. Ni pa ga vu pa ni. But not like in Western. Da ra ha ha ha. No, don't do that. Just like a pinch there. Da 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 da. Almost audible. Da 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 da. It's like praying, like bringing something more out of your soul in your voice. No, instead of no 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 no, you do no 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 no.
So you up and then back down.
Correct. So the movement would be like this. Da 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 da. See it?
That should be the sheet music right there.
Yeah.
Do you have an example of this
So
in
why
like
don't we have petasti?
Petasti, we'll get to that short.
do
Joe,
you have an
Jason?
do you have an example of this in like something that we would know, like from the liturgy?
I'll find it if you want from our stuff.
Give me a second.
So can anybody sing it? Did I go short enough? Eva, ni, pa, vu, ni. I didn't go high enough.
It's
did
so
I?
subtle.
Truth be said, this is the hardest one you're gonna learn, you know, because the other ones that come, they are more simple. This is like thinking in advance that when you get to this, okay, instead of going ni pa vu, okay, like ni pa vu, normal steps, you do a bit of a moonwalk. Ni pa vu.
So you start that note higher than bring it down, or you start
Yeah, but
back
it
up
doesn't
and
have.
down?
You'll still say it like vu because this is the
Yeah.
new you're using.
Like
Vu.
you're starting on vu and then going up and coming back down?
No, No, you're not starting
It's
right
an
from.
ornamentation.
You start. It's an ornament.
So you start higher down.
Basically,
Make
you'd
it
have-
Clip
richer.
it. You clip ga and then say boo.
in Western music, would look like this. You'll see it. You probably saw that on Western music. Gordon, did you see it before? I'm not sure how it's called,
Yeah.
but it looks like that, eh? It looks like that.
Okay.
It's just giving a little pinch to the note above.
That's how you start that note.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
It can be even more. No, no, no. You can do it like that. It's totally up to you when you chant alone. Whenever there's chanting in a group, in a choir, those things must be learned beforehand, or they must be conducted in a way that everybody understands what. There we go.
Put it up there.
Yes, do that. I'm gonna disconnect.
Let me see it.
Though you chose the worst example ever, but anyway.
Let me see it.
What? Mercy?
Ah, that's what it is.
Where is it?
Where's it?
Where do you see that Sifu stone here?
Okay.
It's here. Let's sing it together. Lord, pani pavu digavu pa.
That's easier to understand.
So, it's a combination, right? And not just a combination, but we have the half of the epore here going together in one beat with them on the mur cymbal.
Sorry.
That looks a lot more complicated than the Western.
That's a good example. That's anti-kenema. We're gonna get there soon.
Okay.
Bring it in. I'm gonna sing it to you without a petasty, and then I'm gonna exemplify to you how the petasty should sound. Pani pavu digavu pam. Now when I said you have to pinch the note above the D, touch it a little bit. You can do that, but for this kind of passages where you have a gorgon, it's kind of hard to do it. It should sound like this. Pani pavu digavu di. Did you get it?
Yes.
Pani pavu digavu pa. But it sounds unpleasant. You know why? Because you have to do it very fast, which is already, you have to do it fast, but you have to take into account that you have the gorgon and you have to do it even faster. So, when you're dealing with this kind of thing, you tend to avoid that kind of mew sound. It sounds like a dying cat. Indeed. So what do? You put a little ornament there, but in the way you want, in the way you find it suitable, in the way you can fit it in there. Otherwise, it's gonna sound like a dying cat. You can do it like this. Lord have mercy. You let a little tremolo there. Mercy. Or, the best solution for beginners like you, don't do it. Just don't do it. It's already complicated to put a Sifu stone here, to think about the Ke note, to bring it down to D here, and to sing it very fast with the epore. So don't complicate your life. Oh, John, can you scroll down a bit? Right. How about this one? Ga. Di.
Sorry.
Digavu gadi kediga kedi. Here, you can do it. You can. I mean, you can choose. That's the beautiful thing here. You can choose if you want to do it or if you cannot do it. It's how you feel in that very moment. If you want to put more emphasis, more expression on that sound, you can do it. It's the word is Lord, which can definitely have some more touch. You can sing it like this. Lord, Lord. You can hear it?
Yes.
Slow down. Lord. Instead of Lord, it's Lord, 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 have mercy. Shit, no, the little tremolo there. As I said, this might be not the best example because it involves the gorgon there. So that, yes, Karen.
Is it the endorphin that trembling?
The what?
Endorphin, what do you call it? Endorphin or the...
And the phone. I didn't get there. I will get there in time. Shortly, hopefully. The most important thing is to actually learn from this that the psiphistone work is bringing the note above the one where the psiphistone sits to the one that we're singing. Like, I need to connect my, so I can disconnect from you, yours. Stop. Mi pa vu, mi pa vu pa ni, and let's sing this time, this like 5 times. Mi pa vu pa ni. There's a bit of struggle, and that's understandable. It's the very first time you're trying to sing this. That's okay. Listen again. Mi pa vu pa ni, ni pa vu pa ni. Very slow, very soft. Hear yourself. Good, good, good. Again. Let's make it all together the same, guys. Da 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 da. Ni pa vu pa ni. And again. Ni pa vu pa ni. Okay. That is the psiphistone.
So even in a choir, everyone would be trying to do the same?
I did, like when I'm singing with the
Yeah.
Antiochians,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure sometimes you'll see me doing this.
Yeah.
I try to pinch something in the air. That is a psiphistone. It's not very common to find it in slower chants, such as the cherubic hymn. But in Doxastica, for example, definitely, you will find it. And beside that, psiphistone has another role. Who can tell me, the psiphistone will sit on a note with an accent or without an accent? Who can say that? Without?
Without.
Without? Without? Without?
I'll go with the odds.
It is a with an accent, always. You cannot have a simple no without an accent, and you try to put an accent with a psiphistone. Lord, Lord, that's an accent there. Lord, have mercy. Always, that will sit on a note with an accent. And sometimes the psiphistone will work as a support neum for the note that is above it. Interesting, eh? Yes, Maria?
What would it sound like if there wasn't any like sounds to go if they were just like playing? Would it like sound like anything or just be
Psiphistone cannot sit plain. It's always attached to a vocal neum because it's an ornament. An ornament always sits on something to ornament.
like a tree?
Yeah. Katharine?
Does it make a combination or does it stand alone, like, I mean, in this example? Like, I mean, it's the way we read it when we see psiphistone and the one before it. Does it make an effect similar to Gorgon or something, but not really?
No, I mean, you're asking what's the difference between
The one before,
the one before?
the one before, does it make, like, as we prepare to sing it?
He's
Does it
asking
affect the
if
note
if
before?
it affects the note before, and the answer
No.
is no.
No,
No, it's
Okay.
only going to sit on the one that's placed on.
no.
Shortly, we will see something that acts towards more notes. I will get it there. You're very, very
Sorry.
patient today. No.
Okay.
You mentioned that it acts as a support. What did you mean by that?
I mean that some of those ornaments can also act like support for, let's say, what is a support? First of all, it shows you that that note has to be sang with an accent. It's more, it has an emphasis, right? It's more stronger. And the pseudo gives you that power to have a stronger note there. So instead of, sorry, let's say you have, why doesn't this not work anymore? I'm not sure. My pen is not working anymore. There.
Yes.
You have this. You know for sure, because you have the pentasty here, that this note will always be on a word that's, or a syllable that has an accent. Lord. Let's say Lord. Lord. Sorry. Me here. Lord have mercy. Because of this, of the penalty, Lord, you can feel it. Is the beat. Lord have mercy. You can have the penalty even here. Interesting, eh? And that shows the support for another accent on have. Lord have, and where do you put this? Have ta on this one. Have mercy, Lord have mercy. You can recognize how those accents actually gives you the perfume, the authentic spirit of what Byzantine music is. Sorry, because we're not singing mi, re, mi, fa, mi, re, or whatever, like in Western music. It's not so rigid, so cold. This gives you the movement that we always hear in the Byzantine music, the elasticity that it has. Now, any questions about the pseudo? The more we will sing, the more you will find it, the more you will sing it, and the more you will understand how it works. And the more you will find ways to express it. Sometimes you'll have this kind of nuance. And it's like no, da, da, da. Here is the pseudo. Da, you'll do it. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Interesting, eh? That comes in time. That comes in time when you actually have a good understanding of what a musical phrase is. And I think you saw me even last Sunday doing that a few times, eh? Mm-hmm. Da, da, da. That was a way of interpreting this pseudo here. Next one that I would like to talk about, beautiful antikenoma. Etymology, anti, opposite,
Against.
in return, against, henoma, pouring. So, a reverse or counterflowing ornament. Action, indicates a characteristic ornament vocal movement, traditionally taught orally. Yeah. Its exact execution varies slightly between chantic schools, but it creates a graceful decorative inflection around the principal note. If your head didn't explode yet, it will. This is the antikenoma. And the way it sounds, it's exactly the opposite of pseudo.
So what's it called again?
Kenoma.
Anti-canoma.
Upside down catastrophe.
Sounds like, looks like, or an inverted Delafron, eh?
Yeah.
So you have again the same ni pa hu pa ni. And this we have the anti-canoma, the book. Looks like this. The way you do it is inflicting a short voice raise on that vo in this way. Ni pa vu. Instead of no, it's vu. So it doesn't go up and down, it goes down and up. Da da da. Da ni pa vu pa ni. Almost sounds like ni pa vu ga pa ni, but you don't say the ga because there's no ga here. It's only vu. Ni pa vu pa ni. Easier, eh? It's easier.
Much easier. How was the other one?
Ni pa vu. You steal a little from the note above. You take a little from the note above and bring it to the vu. But here, the vu wants to fly. Interesting, eh? No. I know it sounds like kids talk, but this is the most simple way to explain it. The vu is flowing, or flying. Ni pa vu pa ni. The hardest part is actually to do this one right, because you're going up,
Yeah.
and you're thinking ni pa vu ga vu, but it's not that. You still have to say the pa, because this one is vu and this one is pa. I'll sing it once for you, and then we're gonna sing it together. Ni pa vu pa ni. Very soft, very easy. Like imagine some velvet going like that. Ni pa vu pa ni. A bit volume, a bit louder. Yeah, thank you. Man. Ni pa vu pa ni. I want more chorus from you. Ni pa vu pa ni. Ni pa vu pa ni. Ni pa vu pa ni. Thank you. Interesting enough, the anti-canoma is mostly used not as an ornament, but as a temporal sign.
Yes. It's prolonged. It's
And
like
how?
a
As a
class
what? As a
knot there.
what?
Temporal sign.
Temple.
Like a sidekick of a temporal sign, because when we apply the upply under it, and we put a gorgon on the note after, the anti-canoma will give a slight up and down ornament on the prolonged note. So basically, we still have the upply here, okay? Upply is similar to a clasp note. Mi pa vu. 1, 2. If I have the gorgon after, how much I have here? 1.5, right? Ni pa vu pa ni. Ni pa 1, 2, 3 pam pam. I can't do the A's now. Pam 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 pam. Pam 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 pam. And what does this give me? The anti-canoma goes like this. Pam 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 da 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 pam pam. Ni pa vu pa ni. Ni pa vu pa ni. Again. Ni pa vu pa ni. With a kick. Ni pa vu pa Good, good. This is the anticanon. Questions about it, please?
I missed it because I was writing notes, I'm sorry, but the appli is not usually there, but we're supposed to assume with the anticanon.
No, I mean,
it's there.
whenever you want to use, or it is meant to be used, you want to, look,
Without the appli, just the anticanon, do we add time to that beat?
without the appli, no.
No.
The appli is a temporal sign.
Yes, that one we know.
The antikenoma is a sidekick. It's an ornament for that temporal sign and for the new. And instead of standing on it, you do a little ornament like this, like a wave. Ta-ram-ba-ba-bum.
And implicitly gets prolonged.
How would you sing that? Look. Lord, have mercy. Again.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
That's it. That's it.
It's easier with words. I like it.
Because you don't have to
Yeah.
bring in your mind the
It
scanner.
helps you to understand where you're gonna emphasize, right? You can see the word myrrh,
Yeah.
you know, like,
I know that is the part that I hate most. That we still have to work with parallagi, with basically solfege, right? The notes, instead of going straight on Kyrie Kekraksa, on Soson Kyrie or other chants, that we actually know by heart, you know. But without those notes, we would be lacking the theory of intervals. That's the thing, and it's very important for us to know the intervals very well. Omalon looks like this. You'll see them mostly at the end of chants. Etymology from omalos, smooth, even, level, meaning smoothness. The melody flows gently and evenly, avoiding harsh accents. It encourages a connected legato style.
Okay, so multiple notes in effects.
Correct, correct. Good point. Sometimes it can sit on 3 notes. Yeah, but mostly you see it like this, or like this. And what it does, it connects the notes through a slur.
Yeah, it's a slur.
Yeah, or legato. I prefer saying legato. Slur, that word reminds me of a trumpet, I don't know why. Slur. Interesting. It has this effect of letting, imagine an anticanon here. Ta, 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 or ta. It's basically an anticanoma, but without being too harsh. It gives you smoothness, as I said. Ta. Let's say you sing this from ni, basically to isons. Ni, 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 but very smooth. It's not an anticanoma. Anticanoma is an accent.
Can you do
Down.
both? Yeah, do both side by side. Anticanoma and then this one. Here's the difference.
Well, you need a larger text or a larger music to see the difference, because they both sounds kind of the same. But for Omalon, the difference is that whenever you have it like this, it's usually at the end of the chants. And maybe you heard some, like, for example, Agios Otheos. Agios athanatos elei soli mas. That long ending. You get it? Ma, ta, that, instead of Oh, sometimes the voice needs still to move. It's like somebody running, and instead of coming to a sudden stop, he slows down like this. So he's you put the melody very slowly down. You see how gentle the movement here. Or when it's only for 2 notes, just lift it and bring it down. This would not be chanted like ni pa ni or ni pa ni or whatever. It's ni ni. Let's do more.
How do you spell that? Ella?
Omalon. Let me write it to you.
I got it
And then Rick.
right.
You're most welcome. And my favorite. Looks like a pseudo, eh?
Synismos.
What?
Hetero.
Ether. Ether. From heteros, which means What does it mean?
Different. Multiple, like
other, different.
mixture.
Yeah. Means the other way or different. Beats me. I have no idea what they call it. Singers, the other phrase, should be rendered in an alternative traditional manner. Like antikenoma, its realization depends on the received oral tradition rather than being fully described by the sign itself. So what it says here is screw the meaning, just listen to your protopsaltes or your teacher and do it like he says. For me, heteron, it means a very sustained musical phrase. For example, I'll have this. And I don't want that sound, that phrase to fade, to be unsustained vocally. So what I want to do is to make sure the phrase is sustained with the voice, with the flow of air, because maybe that passage is important to be heard, that text, or maybe because it sounds nice. So I use an heteron. It's basically a very big pentastic, but it's without the action of a pentastic. It can look like this sometimes, but being such a big sample is the biggest sign there. It was meant to show that a whole phrase should be sang as a very one single phrase, very united, very coherent.
So it's like a supporting sign as well.
Exactly. Good point. It is also a supporting sign. Khalil, yes?
Is it sung strongly or in a soft key?
This one, interesting enough, doesn't really affect the way you sing one neum. It tells you about a phrase. In the centuries ago, millennia ago, you could say, when the music was conducted by hieronomia, by moving of the hand, sometimes you'd have this kind of movement. Kind of resemble an hetero, right? The whole thing. And it shows you, sustain this phrase here. Sing it loud, sing it without falling, without slipping. That's the role of the hetero here.
How do you spell this
Is
word
this one
again?
of those formulations, sorry, that you
Sorry about you.
need to know how to sing?
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
This is to learn it.
Cursive, eh?
Well, you or without the H, I guess.
Where's the accent?
Is it also called syndesmo?
Is this accent, right? The-
No, that's a
I
reading
have it
mark.
here too. Doamne strigata.
Ah, that's Romanian, yes. Let me see what you can. There you go. You see, I'm gonna go with everyone, to everyone, and you can check it. See? The whole formula here encompassed by the ether. You see how?
That's a good example.
Yeah, that's quite a good example
I
here.
don't have a
Thank you, Claudia. You see the ether here?
Is that the same as this or no?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And what does this show? It shows a musical phrase that needs to be sustained. Yeah?
Syndesmos.
Probably is another name for the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Under multiple signs, which they should be sang like this. Okay. Zoke nizoke zodi. On the nizoke zodi, that's a whole thing, a whole phrase that should be taken as one, and without any interruption in the rhythm, in the flow. So you cannot say zoke nizoke zodi. I cannot even do it. It has to be constant.
So it's like a phrase marking in Western notation.
Correct, correct, absolutely correct.
So you take a breath before you sing, you don't break.
Yes, yes, that's the thing. It has to sound very coherent, very one. Zoke ni zoke zodi ke digavupa. Then again, pani pavuga. That pani pavuga. Well sustained.
It's kind of like when
Thank
we do one is holy, one is Lord Jesus Christ, and then we do the, and we do like.
For example, you
Father
in one
together.
one is holy, you have one is holy. That's one.
That part.
I heard you. Yeah, one, very well sustained. That should have an ether on there. And there's one more called varia. Jesus Christ. Actually, the accent should be on the E. Varia. Etymology from varis, heavy, weighty. Meaning, weight or emphasis. Action gives the note a heavier, more solemn emphasis. The singer slightly leans into the note without making it louder in a theatrical sense. Now,
What's the
I
sign?
remember Forrest Gump. Now, I don't know about that. The thing is that this is varia, by the way.
Oh,
I
well,
see.
see that one a lot.
Sometimes you have it at the beginning of it.
There you go. And I can explain you the main reason you see it very often. First of all, I don't really need the varia as an ornament to tell me you should sing this heavier, resonant. No, this is very much at the choice of the singer. Second, especially in Greek music, you'll find varia accompanied by this, apli, dipli, or tripli. That is a sign for a pause, not a coffee break, musical pause. So basically, you stop for one beat there. Silence. Agios o Theos, Agios is Heros, Agio, and so on. But you have the varia there. Sometimes making a very specific pause between two musical phrases. That's when it is combined with the apli, dipli, or tripli, meaning 2 beats pause, varia and the apli, 3 beats for the deeply, and 4 beats for the triply. But that's very, 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 it's basically more theoretical. Khalil?
Is it like half time and full time, like when you stop, like in terms of seconds, like you pause a bit and then pause a bit longer?
More or less, yes, because you need pauses sometimes.
Mm.
Now, Byzantine music is known for its flowing,
Mhm.
for its movement, but despite the fact that it doesn't have so many pauses, it still needs some. So that's why the varia, in combination with the uplift, was invented. In the same time, the most common use for the varia, sorry, I call it as in Romanian, we put accent on the first syllable, it's varia. Call it as you want, it's the same. Varia, varia, I don't know.
Area.
But this sign, this ornament, as you call it, is very well known for sustaining long phrases. For example, a very common phrase. Om. Om. Instead of singing it shows you all this is one thing. Basically, sometimes in old manuscripts, you'll even see it encompassing the whole thing.
Oh, I was gonna say, how do you know when it ends? But if you extend it underneath the line like
Yeah,
that, you know.
but in our times, people know that this is a very common phrase. So you know it ends there. This music is highly logical. You'll find this, and then it's klezmer. Obviously it ends there, right? So it doesn't have to go all like this. Don't waste the ink on that. It shows you, okay, this is a formula that you have to sing it as one. Very common.
So it's always
Formulaic.
Formula, yeah.
So it often goes at like the end of like an entire chant.
Sorry, come again?
Like you know how there's usually like an end, like an ending to a chant. It's usually like right before that.
Yeah,
And
that could be.
the end is with apply mostly.
Apli,
Like
yes.
This with apply at the end of the.
As I said when I was speaking about apli, deeply, or triply, they are mostly found at the end of the chants, especially deeply. Okay, it took more than I expected, but because we started a bit late, but at least you have an understanding now of the ornaments. Based on what I said so far, who can tell me with their own words, what do they think ornaments are and what are the uses of those ornaments?
Well, they give character to the music.
Beautiful said, yes.
I mean, otherwise, if you sing it without them, it sounds a little bit like Gregorian chant to me.
Correct. Rigid.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So, the character of Byzantine music is very different when you add this.
It
right?
adds-
It gives it its character.
Yeah,
It
it
adds
adds
soul.
grace.
Yes.
Yeah, so well said, yes.
And I think it enhances the text, obviously. That's what you want to get across when you're chanting, ideally, right? You want to express the words and the theology. And so, if it's written well, if the hymn is written well, that's going to help the singer convey that.
Good explanation, and I hope everyone heard it because I couldn't say it better. Gordon, so thank you for that. Imagine a chant without ornaments. Not much of a chant, right? If there wouldn't be any ornaments, you'd have to put them yourselves, at least like without, just by seeing the text, putting some emphasis on different words that I feel like they should be heard, such as Lord or save or whatever. But those ornaments have their purpose and they serve very well to remind of the flow, elasticity, and movement of the music. Without them, the music would sound dull. You have so many things, starting from intervals to the ornaments, intervals, speed, dynamic ornaments, all this that make the music enjoyable, not in a theatrical way, but enjoyable in a way that is a conduct for the prayer. You could sing like, Lord have mercy, and that's it. You could just speak it, Lord have mercy, and it does the same. But when you bring it like, Lord have mercy, and you have that word mercy, it resonates. What do I ask from the Lord? I ask His mercy. And in the listener's mind, that stays. Because of what? Because you have an omalon there. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Asking Him even for more mercy. Mercy. Antikenoma. Lord have mercy. No. Asking for more ardent. Varia. Lord have mercy. Don't make it theatrical, of course. But all those little things add up. And at the end, it sounds alive. It sounds like it's moving, like it's flowing. That's the purpose of the consonants here. And if you learn their meaning and how to do them, even slowly in the beginning, or just at least 10% of it, it's still a difference. When you have a conductor who can show you how to interpret those consonants, that's even better. It sounds even better. Let's say you have this.
You know, it's like, you know, we have the quantity characters, we have the time characters, these are the quality characters, right?
Yeah. So this is, we start from Ni. I want to do this passage. It has only 2 ornaments. What ornaments do we have here? First one is Antikenoma. Second one is Psiphistone. Let's sing now without them. Let's just sing Ni, Pa, Vu, Ga, whatever is there, without the ornaments. Ni, Pa, Vu, Ga, Pa. Correct. I'm going to sing it once now with the ornaments. Then we're going to sing it together. Mi, Pa, Vu, ga, Vu, Pa, Ni. Sounded different, right? Just 2 pinches there, but it did sound different. You could feel the difference. Yes?
On the second ornament, you put the accent, you can say, on the first of the 2 notes?
It's always on the one that's last.
Last.
Try doing it here. It's not going to sound good.
This can
Mi, Pa, Vu, Pa, Vu. I cannot do it. You have more freedom to do it at the end of that syllable. Ni. Why not follow even? You can even follow my hand.
Can you do it one more time on your own?
Ni, Pa, Vu, Ga, Vu, Pa, Ni. Ni, Pa, Vu, Ga, Vu, Pa. So it's, guys, Ni, Pa, Vu, Ga, Vu, Pa, Ni. It's only a range of 4 notes, so it should be easy. Ni, Pa, blow it. Just pull it from there a little. Vu, ga, vu, ta, ram, pam, pam. Again. Ni, pa, vu, ga, vu, pa, ni. Follow my hand. Ni, pa, could hear it. Some people really knew it. Ni pa vu pa vugadiga vu pa. But you don't say vugadiga. It's vu vuga vu, like this, because you only have vu and ga, right? Let's sing it with la la la. La la la. I'm not interested in the Nipa Vugadiga zone here. I'm interested in the interpretation of the ornaments. La 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 la. That's one way to do the psiphistone, but the simplest and the safest way is na da na ra ra ra. Again. La 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 la. Follow my hand again. La 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 la. Thank you. 10 minutes to speak about modes. I didn't want that.
Yeah, oh my god.
I didn't want that, but with your permission, if you want, we can stay 15 minutes extra.
Yes.
If you want.
As long as we go over some stuff for these guys.
Of course, of course.
As long as we have our own time, we have our this practice.
Modes. You, of course, you do know that the music you've been raised on, the music used in this part of the world is called Western music, at least in the church. Western music is based on a well-tempered scale, theorized by Johann Sebastian Bach and others, who made it very simple, because the music before that, the music in 15th, 14th century, was still model, as it is today, still in the church, in the Orthodox church. It was simplified, made a bit rigid, you say, but it has its uses, its sense is very beautiful. When you listen to Johann Sebastian Bach, to Mozart, to whoever came after, it's a beautiful music. It is used nowadays in a Catholic world, and there's no shame in that. It's totally awesome. But Orthodox Church still uses the modes. And again, there's no shame in that as well. What are those modes? Imagine the scale that we all know. And that scale is this. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, or ti, do. We know that between do and re, there's one step. Between re and mi, there's one step. Between mi and fa is half the distance. Fa and sol, 1, sol and la, 1, la and si, 1, and si and do, another half. This was actually pretty much the system we used so far for the diatonic scale of ni. We use the same. I didn't want to go into microtones and that because they create so much confusion for you that I was afraid I kind speak only to 2 or 3 people after that. So at least you're here.
Mm-hmm.
This diatonic scale of ni that we have here, or tone 8, is very similar to this one here. That's why, for new students such as you, you will always start with tone 8 when learning Byzantine music, because it's very similar to what you already know. What is a tone, or mode, or echi in Greek? Let's say you want to chant something that is powerful, that is majestic, that is joyful. You'd use tone 8. Each tone has its ethos, its soul. And tone 8 starts from ni. And we have ni, pa, vu, ga, di, ke, zo, ni. And this scale is always unchanged. If tonal music such as do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do uses chords, I have to combine do, mi, sol, and to create this chord of do major. Then I go to do, re, mi, fa, la, do, la, fa, mi, sol, si, sol, mi, going in minor, re, fa, la, fa, re, and then back to do, mi, sol, mi, do, and this is how I create some kind of movement. Byzantine music keeps the scale unchanged. You do not have this kind of harmony. Do, mi, sol, mi, do. The only thing we use is the drone or the ison, not this ison. Is the single note, the basic note, ni, which creates a simple harmony from between the chant and the drum. Ni, da, 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 pa, 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 and somebody keeps that ni, and it creates a very basic harmony. But why do we have more modes? It doesn't fit to sing majestic, triumphal to a funeral, as it's not fit to sing very sad, slow chants on a wedding or a baptism. That's it. We change the note that we start from. For example, tone 8 would start in ni. Tone 1, which sounds more, let's say, sad, more interiorized, more melancholic, would start from pa. So instead of ni, pa, vu, ga, di, ga, vu, pa, ni, which sounds luminous, you'd have pa, pa, vu, ga, di, ke. You feel it? Sounds more melancholic. Ke, di, ga, vu, pa. It's the same scale. It's still diatonic. But because I only changed that gravitational point where all the chant is going up and down in the round, instead of ni, I go to pa. And you could say, well, but you can do that in tonal music. Well, yes and no. Ni or do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Try to use the same unchanged scale to create re major. So it was do major, right? Re major, you'd have to change fa, re, mi, fa, sol, la, because it sounds minor, it sounds sad. In order to make it sound luminous, major, you'd have to change the position of fa. Re, mi, fa, sol, la. The fa is changed. There's the difference here. We use in tone 8 the same scale, at least in diatonic modes. And those diatonic modes are 8, 4, 1, and 5. 8 and 4 are related, as well as 1 and 5. What do you notice about them?
The fourth word.
Correct. One, two, three, 4, they are called authentic. 5, 6, 7, 8, they are called plagal. They are some kind of an imitation of 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically, 5 would imitate 1. 2 imitates 6. 6 imitates 2. 7, it's a plagal of 3. And 8 is a plagal of 4. That's why tone 8, it's mostly known in Greek as plagios to tetato. Plagal of 4.
But plagal of the third is great.
Yeah, it's great. You cannot say. Yeah, it's a total. We're gonna get it. We gotta get it at the end. Really. You do not have plagios to teto. So, for the tones here, you have a note that where it starts from. For tone 8 is ni. For tone 4, that is vu. Or the, but mostly Wu. We call it legend notes. For tone second, tone 2, that's D. For tone 3, that is Ga. Because we take that scale, and from that note, Ga di ke zo ni ni zo ke di ga, Ga di ke zo ga zo, that tetrachord there gives you the tone 3 and the specific of it. And you combine that with other things such as, I don't really know the word for that, terminations of phrase, like the endings. Ga di ke zo, that's one. Zo ke di ga vu pa, that's another one.
Catalysis.
Yes, how do you call that?
Catalysis.
Catalysis. I don't know the meaning of that,
Cadences.
but cadences. Yeah, we call it cadenza in Romanian. Cadences. Thank you for that. Combined with the cadences that are established for that mode, and different formulae that are specific to that mode, you get yourself the proper mode for a proper occasion. You'll never sing slow and sad on the Christmas day. No, it's very triumphant. And when you are at the funeral, you don't want to wake up with a poor man lying in the coffin. So you go slow down. The church has an answer for everything. Yes.
The Lenten hymns, how are they? What usually are they? What?
Think about it.
Yeah.
Lenten. What does that inspire?
Yeah.
Sadness, yes. Some other things? Praying. That's interesting. Every single mode that you have here expresses a feeling. That feeling is not like very rigid. For each and every one of you, it means something. For me, tone 1 is my favorite. It's the one that we use at a Holy God. Holy God, Holy Mighty. My kids were always asking me, because I compose music, why do you always compose sad music? That's how I like it. It's not sad, but it's more close to my soul. Some other people like tone 8. It's luminous, it's triumphal, it's joyful. Oh, joyful Lord, oh, whatever. It's a beautiful one, and probably it's my second favorite. What we're gonna learn and what we're gonna start with is tone 8, because it's the most simple one for you to understand now. In time, we will go to chromatic modes. Those are modes, and that's very interesting, on which some steps of that scale are modified in order to give a very specific sound, perfume, you could say, of that scale. On tone 6, for example, the plagal of the second one, it also starts from Pa, same as tone 1. But it doesn't sound like tone 1, despite the fact that it starts from Pa. Let's sing the tetrachord of Pa. Tetrachord means Pa vu ga di ke, Pa vu ga di ke. See, you're almost crying here. But for tone 6, we alter Vu and Ga, and it sounds like this. Pa vu ga di ke. Altering those, bringing Vu closer to Pa and Ga closer to D, makes you think of, I don't know, going in the desert with a camel near the pyramids, right? Did you know that in the ancient times, chromatic tones, such as 2 and 6, were forbidden in the church? Interesting, eh? Because they are seen as theatrical, as very dramatic ones that do not belong in a church, but on a stage. Na, 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 na. And they didn't like it very much. But somehow they are accepted now. They are actually inspiring people to pray more. For me, those chromatic tones make me think about prayer, especially tone second. No 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 no, about ritual, about praying, about church service. For me, tone 3 sounds like an early morning on Mount Athos.
I like it very much.
Try to think about tones as specific situations or feelings, and you love even more this music. Tone 4 for me reminds me of an old vesper in a Greek church, or a vesper on an old Greek church. Na 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 dum. Na 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 da 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 dum. I can almost feel it. Take every tone, and I'm gonna send you something, a sound that goes through every single tone, and you see how it feels, how it changes. It's the same melody on different tones. Maybe we can play it now.
Yeah, play it now.
Thank you.
Give me just a second. It's beautiful. Well, it's long. You'll listen to it home. But I'll play passages of it. Octaikos Polyeleus by Petro Efesiou. I did send it to you now. Should all have it. What's interesting is that you also have the. It starts with tone 1. Come on. Equals alpha. Tone first. Varia. You can actually hear the action. Harder. Antichiano again. See this one. Did you hear it? He didn't do Istoneo. He didn't do that. You know what he did? Come on. He threw it.
It's extensive, yeah.
Istoneo. And he let it go. Istoneo. Those things can be heard if you listen a lot of music. This is a very good example. If you have time, go through it. Hear how they do this kind of psychic storm, or the Antichiano, you will find plenty of it. And from tone 1, they go to tone 5, then they go to 2, that's 6, and they take all the authentic and plagal ones, and they come back to tone 1 to finish the song. It's amazing. It's a beautiful composition. It's a Greek choir, and the responses it's a Romanian choir from Bucharest. Greeks, Romanian, Greeks, Romanian, Greeks, Romanian, and so on.
That's
So
Psalm
where is the
135.
tone changing?
You want to see? They already changed it. That's because they are tonic. So that's 4.
And that's Psalm 135, if you want to know what it is.
I'm not sure where it is, it's a very long song, but you'll find it. What I wanted to show you, a sample of tone 8, to see how beautiful this tone 8 sounds. This is the whole album of Byzantine, the Divine Liturgy. It's in Romanian. But the Axion, the Megalinaria, it's in tone 8, composed by, well, it's translated from Greek. It is beautiful. Especially for, no, the beginning. It's only 3 minutes. how can you not love this music?
Oh, yes.
Imagine being in Mount Athos for you, man, and hearing this after a whole night of vigil. You're not tired. It goes away. This is tone 8. You see how luminous, how joyful, how peaceful it is. This is what we're gonna learn starting from next week. I wanted to do the Lord, I have cried today, but there's no time for that. But starting next week, we will prepare for a future Vesper that we can have. And from now on, we're gonna sing second text. That should be easier for you. Questions for today's lesson? I'm glad I made it so clear then. Let's sing whatever you need to sing.